Hi Gaurav, thank you to joining us in this podcast. And thank you for the coffee too.
Okay, my pleasure.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
So I often get this question. Gaurav sir is the Iron Man of Booking Genie,
Okay.
and where do you get this inspiration during this COVID times? We are still doing revenue and we are still doing good with hospitality industry.
So, as you know, like in Booking Genie, we always dream of, and why we have created Booking Genie is helping hoteliers to get bookings by minimizing that your commissions. So that's always drive us, not me or my team. So that is our endeavor. And while you are talking of revenue, yeah, it's all about basics. If your basics are strong, if you take care of your customers, they will take care of your all needs. So that's what I believe.
Nice to know. So all this while with this chapter we would like to learn something more about front office of a hotel.
Yeah.
Hotel is like a sea of departments.
True.
There's so many departments.
Yes.
So let's start with front office. We would like to learn something about front office of a hotel.
So it's a very beautiful part. It's very close to my heart because while we have started Booking Genie, our first target was how we can be helpful hotelier in the front office, basically into reservation. So if I'm talking about front office, so there are some of the common terminologies what are always used in hotels. While if you are into going for as a customer or you are working there, so the terminology are something like a check-in, check-out. So obviously you know what is check-in,
Yes.
check-out. Then they normally talk about meal plan like CP, EP, MEP and AP. So these are all our meal plans like European plans, rooms with breakfast, room with a major meal and a breakfast. Then they talk about bar and restaurant. So in nowadays, a lot of people are very much interested about the bar. Basically, it's a best available rate, as everybody knows.
Everybody keeps asking about discounts.
Yes. So that's why it's bars comes up.
It's
It
the best
can be, it can be differing every hour. So it can be a 10 bar rate from a company, like for a hoteliers in a particular day. Then we have a day rate. So in nowadays, people are more going for a corporate travels. They want to have a rooms for some hours, like 2 hours or 4 hours. So that's where this day rate plays a very vital role while you are doing your calculation of room rate. Then
So is it about express check-in also? Day rates?
not exactly. It's express checking. It's getting a room, but you are not staying for overnight. It's for 2 hours or 4 hours or 8. So that's we call it as a day rate.
Okay.
Then we have a family rate. So after COVID, we all are hoping like people are traveling with their own cars, with their own families. So obviously it will also going to play a very vital role. So family rate means it's a particularly basic rate for a couple with the 2 children with all the amenities. So
Right.
that's we call it as a family rate. Then obviously being in a front office guy, you should know that expected arrival list. So that will help the front office people to prepare to, like you can say, welcome the customers. Then we have called in-house list. So basically this is a report or this is a list which the front office people can understand how many rooms are occupied and how many guests are in-house right now in which rooms.
Okay.
Then we have a POS, point of sale. Then we have a PMS, that basically a property management software. Okay.
So this is the backbone of.
Yes. This is the backbone of each and every hotel. So it's a property management software where you do everything, right? Then we have a very good term called adjoining room. So nowadays, as I said, after COVID, people will travel with their families. So let's suppose I'm traveling with my parents, with my wife and children. So obviously, I'm looking for an adjoining room. So adjoining rooms is a customer is asking for rooms which are besides to each other. It's not like that I'm staying at 3rd floor and my parents are at 5th floor. So I don't like as a customer.
Yeah, even I don't like.
Yeah. So there is another term we call is affiliated hotels. So nowadays what happens, let's suppose you are going to a brand hotel and they have around 3 or 4 properties in a particular city. And you go to one's hotel and you don't like that ambience, so it might be too far from your workplace. So you opt for a affiliated hotel. Means you are paid in, you are checked in one hotel, but you want to you can say swipe the rooms with another affiliated hotels which are already in that city itself.
Okay.
Then we have a master folio. So master folio plays a role when somebody is do a check-in in a group check-in. So group check-in means there are, let's suppose, 20 rooms. There are 40 people are coming in, and front office people create a master folio. So whenever somebody do any expenses like a room service or a bar or a spa or something like that, so everything is going to be assigned, or everything is going to posted into a particular name. So that we call as a master folio in a group booking. Then we have a master key. Obviously, you heard of. If you are in a hotel, you have heard of a master key.
I always lose my keys.
Yeah. So that's why they keep this master key. And that is called a concierge. So if you go to any branded hotel, then you find people who are into purely into concierge. So these are the people who have a very good knowledge on that locality. Like it might be how I can reach my airport, how can I get a cab, how can I travel to my office.
So these are the things we can learn.
Yes. So you can ask them. They have all the solution with them. So we call it as a very concierge job, right? So if I'm traveling with my wife and let's suppose her birthday is tomorrow, then I want to celebrate, then these people are people who can help me to get those things. Then we have a residential manager. So basically these residential manager are people who are in a boutique hotels, small hotels. So basically they stay in a hotel, in a property. So what happens if you look of a reception manager or a general manager, they have a shift like morning 10 o'clock to night 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock, might be 11 o'clock, some are staying there. But when I'm speaking of a residential manager, that person resides in the premises.
Yeah, he's always there.
Yes, he is a 24/7, or we call them as also security manager also, because they takes care of all that guests who are there in that particular property. Then we have a term called stayover. So stayover means in a front office, basically in a PMS, whenever you pull down a stayover report, that means a person who stays more than one night. So we can call them as a stayover, because I have checked in yesterday, but I am not going to check out today. So I might be check out tomorrow or day after tomorrow also, right? Then we have a understay. So understay means I have booked a room for 3 days and I checked out in 2 days. So that's normally called as a understay. Then long-term stay. Long-term stay, anything somebody is staying more than one night is normally called as a long-term stay.
So whenever we want to go to a place and we like to stay a longer period of time.
Yes.
That is a long stay.
And that is very beautiful term which I came across is a skipper.
Okay.
So whenever you heard a word of skipper, basically a captain or something like that.
Yeah. Cricket.
So but in front of a skipper means a person who stayed in your hotel but didn't pay you the rent.
They always skip the price.
Yes. So without telling anybody, they just go away from their room. So these are the person who are checked in your hotel, use your facilities and never paid to your property. So we call them as skippers. There are some front office departments are also there. Before this, I have told you about some of that your terminology. So we have departments like front desk, we have uniform services, we have concierge, we have front office accounting services, and we have a private branch exchanges. So I'm feeling hot today because I'm having a coffee. Yeah. So these are the departments I normally talk about. So front office, front desk is basically 24/7 services. Right? Whenever you go to any hotel, so these front people are always there for 24/7. There is a interesting department we call it uniformed services. So uniformed services is basically a department where you can find a bellboy, doorbell boy, or you can say valet parking. Okay.
So all these people wear uniform.
Yes. So this department called as uniformed services. That means the job of a bellboy is taking your luggage from your reception to their rooms and room to your reception while you are checking out. The job of a doorbell boy is a person who can open a door for you, or when you are going for a check-in, you are driving your car. So that is the person who is helping you to get your luggages from the car and take it to that your front office. And these are the person also available for that your parking management or the air traffic. They normally do a job of a air traffic, traffic persons when there is a traffic in front of a hotel.
Right.
So they also pay. And valet parking, you know that, right?
Yeah.
That is a services. Then we have a concierges. This is also a department. So I told you earlier also.
Yes.
These are the people who can help you, who can save your money also. Like they can give you a better idea how you reach your airport faster and cheaper also.
Yes.
So they have all the answer what you are looking for in that city itself.
They're always for help.
Yes. And we have a front office accounting services. So this plays a role when somebody checks in. So normally a guest accounting system starts. So these are the people who takes care of that expenses of a persons. Might be your room, might be your room services, might be your GMT expenses. Then we have a private branch expense that we call as a PBX. So it's basically a person who takes care of that internal telephonic conversation. Yes. So then we have very interesting flow. We call it as a guest flow in front office. How this guest flows happen. So it's basically into 4 parts: pre-arrival, arrival, occupancy, and departures. This is the normal flow of a customers.
Right.
So pre-arrival means it's all about inquiry, reservation, and pickup services. So we call it as a pre-arrival. Arrival means handling of luggages, registering, opening a guest account, allocating a room, and issuing a key of a room key basically. So that we call as arrival. These are the arrival formalities we call in a front office.
Right.
Then we have occupancy. Occupancy means a person is already checked in and he might be looking for a currency exchange, might be looking for a telephone calls from his room, managing guest account, managing guest services, and managing transport also. While you are staying in a hotel, so they take care of your transportation also. Then we have the final part that is called departure. So it's like a checkout procedures, your guest payment clearance by your accounts department, handling of luggages and drop services. Normally, so that is again job of a front office. So till now, I think you are clear about some of the role of a front office.
So many things, so many
Yes,
insights
yes.
about front office.
So the last one is that structure of a front office. So basically, I'm talking about the structure in which that front office works. So it starts from the front office manager. Then they have a reservations manager, they have a reception manager, they have a guest service person, they have accounts, and there is a communications person. These are the person who reports to a front office manager. The reservation team's job is to reservation staffs are there in that department, and that person takes care of the reservation. The next part is the reception, and there are some reception staffs are there for 24/7 to assist the customer. Then you have a guest services, like as I said, you guest staff, concierge, and your bell staff. So as I said you, and there is a accounts. Basically, they are cashier and night auditors. So cashier means who is going to calculate all the money of a customers, what are the amount they have spent. And the job of a night auditor is to check that every night at 12 in the night, midnight, he is going to check that how many people are there actually in that hotel and how many rooms are occupied. So that is a job of a night auditor. Then we have a communications. So basically we call them as a switchboard operator. So switchboard operator is a person who takes the calls from outside or inside of a hotel. So whenever you need anything, let's suppose I'm staying in a hotel and I don't know that extension of your spa or a gym, so I can call to the front office and he can help me out. So that we call them as a switchboard operator. So that is the whole front office department which I talk about.
Thank you so much for the lovely insight. I think lots of hoteliers and aspirers of hotel industry are going to love and learn so many things from you.
Yeah.
We'll meet again for the next session with the next podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.